We have arrived to Ecuador on our origin trip, and we're super excited because we're going to spend some time with all the communities that we work with, and we want to take you along with us in this journey. Our first stop is a rural town called Cristóbal Colón in the province of Esmeraldas in the cloud forest of Ecuador. The farmers in this region lack basic infrastructure and often live under very basic conditions. So yesterday we left Cristóbal Colón, which is the village where most of the farmers live, to come and visit Marjorie's farm, which is in the forest. It was a 3-hour journey through the forest. It was very muddy. We had heavy rain and the terrain was quite difficult.
Paraguas natural? Do you want umbrella? Natural umbrella? No?
That cacao is priceless.
Precious. Coming up here in the evening yesterday, it brought really good memories of my childhood. I grew up in a farm. It wasn't as remote as this, but in the evening we'll sit down around the table and it would go dark and you would hear the birds, and life was so simple and it brought really good memories.
Sí, porque las piernas estaban ahí, estaban stuck, entonces casi me voy así. Y al último segundo se suelta la pierna. Si no, yo dije, bueno, ya estaba así, ya iba a caer así.
Pero era en serio que ya no podía.
Ya no podía. Están muy pesadas las botas, tengo mucha agua. Creo yo.
Pero yo estaba pensando que usted estaba jugando.
No, estoy en serio.
Todos estábamos pensando.
They might be joking, but I'm not. I need help going down this mountain.
It was also really nice to have a meal with them, and everything is so rustic. The meal was cooked on the fire, the house is very basic, there's no doors, it's open. Marjorie, who is one of our farmers, she has to bring in her staff to stay at this farm in the forest for up to a week or 2 weeks while she harvests the cacao, and then once it's harvested, fermented and dried, she has to take it down all the way to the village. What's really amazing about the farmers that we're working with, and especially Marjorie, is that they're so committed to conservation and they understand the value that this land has and why they need to protect it.
Very early in the morning, Marjorie's kids took us out in the farm to see some birds, different species of birds. So it was really interesting because they were showing us around. They have really good knowledge of where they live and the species that live around here. And not just that, but it's a passion for them to protect this environment, to protect this species. And that was very, very encouraging to see that the younger generation are already involved in conservation efforts after a really great bird watching experience. We had a really nice breakfast cooked over fire and very good produce.
Estaba comiéndose los terneros, se comió varios, entonces por ejemplo,
and then Marjorie took us to her cacao plantations to see the cacao trees. This is where it starts with them, in this terrain, in this weather, in this forest. This is the terrain where they harvest the cacao pods. They will cut them and put it into a makeshift bag on their backs and then work in this really difficult terrain. It's hard work.
It's very light, very delicate,
It's a very gentle.
very floral too, very delicate.
obviously this is not a monoculture. She has a lot of different plants in the same area, in the same plantation. So there are banana trees, there are all different fruit trees, and the cacao will absorb these flavors. The cacao will absorb it, and then we can taste it later on. The chocolate will have this banana flavor sometimes. It will have this mango flavor or lime flavor or lemon flavor. It's the crust of the Nacional cocoa pod. Now, it's super thick compared to the CCN. CCN is thinner, so that means that it has been maximized. It has been designed to maximize the space inside the pod, so there can be more beans inside the pod. That means more weight, more production, so more money for the farmer. But the Nacional variety holds less beans inside each pod, but those beans are more tasty than the other ones. And this is the ancient variety. Sí. Otra vez. Oh. Espérese ahí.
Wow. Smells like pineapple.
A little bit of banana. Delicious. Sweet. It's impressive how the diversity of the plants in this land, in her farm, actually add a lot of exciting and delicious taste and flavor notes to the cacao, and eventually, ultimately, to chocolate.
It was also real fun because we went to this beautiful waterfall. It was really hard to get to. It was great to enjoy an afternoon with them and get to see what they do when they come up to the farm, how they have fun. Being here with Marjorie in her cacao farm, it makes us realize that the work they do is a lot, and it's not enough to make a living. The cacao that they sell is so labor intensive, and because of it, their production is not at full capacity, and they need to sell more in order to just rely on cacao for a living. So they have to diversify and they have to sell other things. And it makes us realize that although we are paying a premium for their cacao, they can't rely just on cacao production, but yet they put so much effort and they get so excited because they do see a future in cacao production, and they want their kids to take over their farm in the future, and so that all the effort that they've put into it and everything that they've learned doesn't go to waste. And it's really encouraging for us because we want to support communities like this, and we know that just buying their cacao is not enough for them to make a living. There's a lot more things that need to be done in their communities, for example education, healthcare, and it has to be thought of in a way that we're not just buying a product, we're supporting a community and understand the needs that they have, so we can get involved and support them, because we want to see those kids staying in the land. We want to see those kids bringing people in to show other people from other places the amazing biodiversity that they have.
It's impressive how the attention and the care and the effort that they put in to growing cacao beans and to do it the best way they can. And that's why we're so proud and so happy to work and support this type of work by buying and paying a premium, paying directly, because now we know that all the money, that it is a premium that we're paying, but it's definitely worth it.
This visit to our cacao producers in Ecuador was an awakening for us. We were able to witness firsthand the struggles and hardships that these farmers faced, sometimes even lacking the most basic and fundamental necessities. But despite these hardships and challenges they face, they welcomed us with such generosity, with open hearts, and they opened their homes to us and shared their lives and their stories with us. And that made us realize that if we want to see a real change in the chocolate industry, we can't be disconnected from the lives of the people who grow our products, from the people who grow the cacao we use in our chocolate. And by buying their cacao directly and by paying them a living wage, we can empower them and their communities. We have the power to make a difference in their lives. By supporting them, we can help them overcome their challenges, and certainly we can help them lift themselves out of poverty.